Hey, I'm at E-BikeKit, and it's more than just a website. There's a real place. I'm here with Jason Kraft. How's it going?
How's it going?
So you're like the founder of this, is that right?
Yes.
Okay,
This
and
is our sixth year.
Sixth year, 2008. That's when you guys started?
Correct.
Okay. I know there's all these cool parts everywhere. I've been doing a couple test rides today, and I guess it's interesting to see how you guys fit in the world of electric bike kits. You offer the new display, actually. It's really cool how it gives you a lot of feedback on your bike. The brakes that cut off the power, the fact that you can do a front hub or rear hub, geared, direct drive. It's just neat, and you have a really great website too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
E-BikeKit.com is our new website. We're pretty proud of it. We put a few hundred man-hours into it.
Yeah.
And it's all about making it easy for our customer to shop, showing you the best pictures, giving you the best product, giving you all the information you need to make an informed decision if you're going to do conversion.
What's the coolest conversion you've heard about or that you've seen? I know I've seen your chopper, right?
The coolest conversion?
Yeah.
The coolest conversion I've ever done was I found a kid's plastic Hummer 2.
Yeah.
You know, these $300-$400 things you see.
Like when I was a kid, I really wanted one, right? Like the Power Wheels.
Yeah, Power Wheels for a kid's Hummer, which is unique and it's big. And the motors had failed, so we put an e-trike kit on the back, flipped the wheel around, and rode it in reverse.
Oh my gosh!
So it's slow for the kids, and it's really powerful. Yeah, it can climb trees. It's a lot of fun. My two young boys ride it, and they have a lot of fun.
Wow.
So that's the most interesting.
Are they getting into more trouble now with this thing? It sounds.
They are just barreling through the neighborhood, ripping up the lawn, and
sweet.
That's fine.
That's awesome. Well, that's the cool thing about it. It's just versatile. So there's more to say here. It's kind of a cool warehouse. We were going to go into the back and look at some of the parts that they're assembling, because a lot of this stuff is made by you guys and by hand. And so let's get into that. We'll head back there.
Sure, absolutely.
So check this out. We're kind of working our way towards the wheels, and we got stopped at this box, and you're pretty excited about this. Can you tell me what's going on?
I get excited about the small things here. So anything we've ever done over the years that we thought we could do better here as opposed to China, and anything we thought we could do local, we've done. And one of those things that I'm pretty excited about is the boxes. 6 months ago, we decided to make our own box. We're working with Trenton Corrugated out of Trenton, New Jersey, which is 20 minutes from here. And instead of bringing styrofoam, as you can see in that big stack.
That's the white stuff up there?
The white stuff up there is leftover styrofoam. We can't bring ourselves to ship it to customers, so it's kind of just sitting there while we figure out what to do with it. But that's the kind of stuff we used to bring in from China in big containers. And when we finally did the math, we realized as much as shipping costs on the ocean containers, bringing in that styrofoam in those boxes from China was costing us almost double what it was to actually do it here. So we had the opportunity to design our own box specifically for the e-bike kit. And I'll show you what's really cool about this. So we designed these, and we worked with Trenton Corrugated to design this insert. We put one on the bottom and one on the top. We fold these up, and they will hold the wheel perfectly in the box. Now what's really cool about that is that now when we ship a lead acid battery pack, we can actually put it underneath the bottom partition and strap it in.
Right there.
Yeah, so the lead acid battery pack goes underneath, goes down in the box. You get the wheel then in there. You have components in there on the side and other little compartments for components. You press this in. We've had no problems with shipping now. It's a better solution. It's cheaper. It's done here in the USA.
I love that.
So it's pretty amazing. We put our new our new URL, right? E-BikeKit.com without the hyphen. And we have on the side of the box, actually there's some...
Did you have to win that URL in a game of poker, or how'd that come
No,
out?
actually I bought that URL along with the hyphenated version 6 years ago at the same time.
Interesting. Okay, we're getting shorter. This is for Twitter, so you're saving people a character.
Right, exactly. Forget about the hyphen. Without the hyphen is the way to go. That's a brand new website.
This is cool, and I've received several, electric bike kits and put them on, and a lot of them, there's just tons of tape and even bubble wrap and stuff going on, and it's great. You think, okay, it's protecting it, but this seems like you'd keep the wheel from getting bent, and the spokes, it keeps it true. And your spokes look pretty big too. They're like extra thick or something.
Well, these are 12 gauge spokes. They're butted actually for 13 at the threads, which is unique to the e-bike kit.
Got it.
They are stainless steel. There's no rust here.
Nice.
And there's also the nipples, or brass nipples. I'll show you some more of that when we get over to the
Oh, the nipples.
Station.
Okay,
the nipples. We can't talk enough about nipples.
Let's show me, tell me about the batteries.
So about the boxes. The next thing is the batteries. There's nothing on the table now, but we build all of our SLA battery packs here. People don't really think SLA is that colorful or that fancy. A lot of people would like to go with lithium, but we sell literally tons of SLA. It works.
Yeah.
It's worked for a long time. It's affordable. And if you don't need more than that, SLA is fine for you. But the thing we do here is we make it very nice. We make it very durable. We use the welders here, the Weller welders.
Yeah.
And we have people that put these together all day long. The final battery packs end up over there. They're completely structurally sound. They're all wrapped up. We use this heavy duty shrink on there. We give you your charge, your discharge with your XLR and your proprietary 2-prong for the E-BikeKit.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, these SLA batteries are tip top.
So you build them, and then I think it's just worth noting. Like, I don't make electric bikes or kits or anything, but I've just, the more I've learned about the space, you talk about batteries and things being produced. So a lot of times maybe in Taiwan or in China, and it's fine, but then they get loaded onto a cargo ship, and the cargo ship for several weeks, and then it sits at port, and then they get held up there. And if they're in the heat and for a long time without being recharged, that can damage the chemistry, and it can take a lot of.
It's terrible for the batteries, especially SLA. We use some pretty high-end batteries, some good brand name Rhino. We get them out of a company in New York. Brings them in fresh. The turnover's quick. We bring in the cells, we put them together, we send them out to customers.
Right.
Things don't sit around. And even when they do sit for brief periods of time here, they're being charged.
Yeah, and that's just cool. And it's something that people, it's like you don't know until you
have to keep your batteries fresh. If you're watching this and you own a sealed lead acid, go charge it. You'll be doing yourself a favor.
Okay. Oh yeah, someone told me it's like a puppy. You got to keep it fed. You got to keep it from getting too warm or too cold. You just
Keep it indoors. Go, top it off once every 30 days. The biggest problem with electric bikes, I think, is that people don't understand that batteries are alive. And when you pack them up for the winter, you put them in the garage, and you don't come back. If you come back in the spring, and you've left them sit for 3 or 4 months, it's not going to start. It's the equivalent to leaving your car parked in the mall parking lot for 3 years.
Right.
You can't expect it to start. Your battery's going to die.
Sure.
So you need to take care of it.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. And speaking of taking care of things, maybe you can talk a little bit about the warranty real quick. You guys have been around since 2008, so you're doing good business. You're improving, and it's modular, so people can get replacement parts if they need it. But if you buy a kit from you guys, how does that work?
Well, we give a 2-year warranty on all of the hub motors.
Okay.
The direct drives will last you forever. The internally geared motors, depending on how much you ride, how much wear and tear, they do have internal parts, so you may need to replace the gears. We do that here.
Interesting. So people could send you the motor and you'll replace the gears?
Absolutely. In fact, you have to send them to us because they're hard to get off. You need a special spanner to take off the side cover.
Right.
But we're very reasonable on that. Usually by the time somebody needs that, and we do very few of them, not a lot of people ride their bike that much that it actually wears them down. But if you do, it's about $100. Usually we charge $125. They'll send us their motor. We'll replace the internal clutch, the gears, and we'll usually build it into a new wheel because by that time they need a new wheel.
Wow.
$125 in and out, and we build them a whole brand new wheel.
It's neat.
These are all the smaller 350-watt geared motors. We have 500-watt geared motors we'll be introducing soon. They'll be here. These are the direct drive motors here. We have fronts and rears of each. Yeah. And then we have the trike kit motors, which are a different motor.
Oh, yeah. And they have the reverse, right? The trike kit motor.
And they do have the reverse, correct. They have a lot more copper in them. So these are the pullers. These are for the heavy applications, the upright trike.
So it's like a high torque version.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, while we're on the subject of different types of motors for different applications, can you just give me a customer profile for a geared motor versus a gearless?
Sure, absolutely. I think the simple way to think of it is direct drive is heavy duty, over 200 pounds, and geared for the smaller geared motors are lighter duty, under 200 pounds. If you plan to use your legs more than the motor, go with the smaller motor, the 350.
It's kind of a more active design.
It's lighter. The
Right.
bike's going to remain to feel like a bike. At 6.25 pounds, that's where you're at. If you wanted the heavier application, if you're not going to pedal as much, which is okay if that's what you want to do, this is America, you go with the direct drive.
Right.
20 miles an hour.
Thank you.
You don't have to pedal. It's America. This isn't Europe.
Yeah.
So, do what you want, be responsible. Personal responsibility is the way to go. We don't find you being lazy. In fact, if you're getting out of your car, we find you being a lot less.
Sure, you're out and about still, enjoying the community. Yeah.
I think a lot of guys in the industry say this, and they mean it. I mean, we're not looking to get people. We're not looking to get people to stop pedaling or off their bikes. We're looking to get them out of their cars and back onto their bikes. And if you can get to work if you're within 20 miles of work and you can get on your electric bike and leave your car at home, it's a great thing.
Is that kind of the range you talk about with the standard? Let's say it's
I'd say with the sealed lead acids that we offer, batteries
36 volt, 9 amp hour kind of thing.
Anywhere from 7 amp hour to like 20 amp hour is kind of industry standard for electric bikes. After that, the packs get too big to be on the bikes. And when you get up to the 20 amp hour stuff, you definitely want to go with lithium because of the extra weight. But the range is somewhere between 9 miles and 40 miles. Depending on your motor type, your battery capacity, and how much you want to pedal.
Okay. Well, sweet. This is it's really neat to see, and you've got this spoking going on. So tell me about this.
Over to here. So this is kind of the workflow. By the way, we don't have a lot on here right now. We're just days away from bringing in, a 40-foot container with 600 more units that we have going on here. So you guys are a bit early for that as we head up to this event. So this is our machine. It's after 5 o'clock now on the East Coast, so nobody's sitting here. But this machine actually saves us what we used to do by hand. When you're building a wheel, you have to put all the spokes into the flange, into the hub motor. Then you have to manually line them up with the holes right here with the eyelets. And then you would normally take something like this and you would feed in the spokes and twist them by hand. This machine does all of that for us. So something that took 35, 40 minutes, 6 minutes per wheel now.
Wow.
Yeah, so we can turn out anywhere between 30 and 50 wheels per day, one person with this machine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's, we're a small company, but this is kind of an investment for us, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
We used to build the wheels in China, just like we used to do the boxes, but if you want things done right, this is the way to do it, especially when it comes to wheel building. Getting a wheel out of China, it's not the same. Right? So this is American made, this is American built. That's how we do it here. Over here are the racks that we built ourselves, kind of to house the hub motor wheels. This is where they come to hang out before they get truly finished.
Oh, like true.
Pun intended. So they're hanging here. They're a little bit loose. Nothing is really tensioned up. They're loose, you can see. So they hang out here, and then they come over here to a couple of stands we have where we have some professional wheel builders that finish. And the finishing takes anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes depending on the difficulty with the wheel, whatever. But every wheel goes out perfectly true, perfectly round, and perfectly tensioned, which is really important when you're putting a hub motor into a wheel. The other things that are important, if I can just show you for a second here, we mentioned we do have the stainless steel 12 gauge butted to 13 at the threads. This is really important, no rust, really high quality, no breakage. The other thing we have are brass nipples. Again, no rust. Some you'll see on cheaper kits, they'll use some kind of aluminum nipples. So that's what we do here. And also the rims. The rims are eyeletted rims. There's a lot of stress going on, especially with a 48 volt direct drive situation. And depending on how heavy the rider is, we used to see a lot of cracking in the rims, and that's been solved by the eyelets. This is all unique to E-BikeKit. These are things that we've learned that used to be a problem that haven't been a problem for the past couple of years because we changed the way we build wheels.
That's awesome. And you're in business, and you guys, it seems like you're growing, and with the new site and stuff, it's great that you're passing that along. And I love the LCD display on the new bikes and stuff. I can tell it's like the little things.
It's next level. That LCD really works with all of our motors now, which is really important to us to have one set of components. So it's easy to put together, it's easy to understand. And if you want to own multiple wheels and multiple hub motors for different bikes or different applications, you can have all the same components with different motor types.
How would it work if let's say you get the 36 volt, 9 amp hour sealed lead acid kit, and over time that battery starts to wear out, and you're like, no, now I want a 48 volt battery. Can you do that with the same kit?
Absolutely. That's another thing that's unique to E-BikeKit.
That's awesome.
The same controller and the same LCD. All you have to do is make one change in that LCD, and now you're at a 48 volt level. You
said, there's like diagnostics and stuff, so it's a little bit more open source than the kits where it's like, oh, nope, you got a 36 volt version, you can't do anything now,
No, we give you enough programming that, you can't be dangerous, you can't break it.
Right.
You do have to have the settings correct, but it's as easy as a wristwatch. And it opens up all these options. You can use your own batteries. That's something that's unique to us. Some of the higher end kits are all enclosed. You wouldn't be able to use a third party. But with us, with the same kit, you can do 36, 48, you can do SLA, you can do lithium. All of that is open to you.
And it seems like you can order just pieces of this too if you want. You could just order parts?
You could, but really you should be using it with E-BikeKit parts. As much as it is open source, it's modular, and you should use the parts. It is proprietary. This plugs into this, and that happens to do with E-BikeKit. We don't want anybody cutting off connectors and trying to rewire stuff. We're really against that. Whenever that happens, we see a lot more problems. If you're a real engineer and you can figure it out and you can reverse engineer, have at it. Okay, we love guys that do their own stuff. We love customers that can get in and get their hands dirty. I mean, it's a conversion kit.
Yeah,
If you can't get your hands dirty, go plunk down the money and get an expensive complete e-bike. But if you can get, if you're not scared of a little, a little elbow grease, an hour working out, making something special, making your own, and saving a lot of money doing it, that's the people who are into conversion kits.
Well said. Well said. It's been a lot of fun. There's the sign. Is there anything else that we're missing here?
No, I think that's it.
Taking the full tour, yeah.